Um, okay, so you had a save state set up, and I'm in that Fox save state Discord where
Mm-hmm.
it's Peach does her high percent ledge options,
Yeah.
and I got like pretty good at punishing that. Most like I could get like probably 2/3 of the time I'd get an up smash,
Mm-hmm.
but when I play like actual Peaches, they do a lot more like mix ups where, and one of them is the tournament winner ledge hop, but they like fade back, whereas in the save state they drift in.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that's like even reactable or what you think about that. And then the other one is they'll do like I think it's definitely punishable, but they do like a double jump waveland back to ledge.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
like there's just a lot of other things that they do, and I'm not sure if like the risk reward becomes worth it or not when they're mixing in these other options too.
Um, I think it's definitely still worth crouching at the edge. So with the tournament winner, I think that if she does like full drift forward, you can't like it's like pretty difficult to react fast, like to actually judge that she's drifting all the way in one direction. But I think that it doesn't, you don't have to necessarily like be that proactive about covering her doing tournament winner drift back, because what ends up happening is like she does the tournament winner and drifts back, but then she's like still off stage anyways. So it's
Right.
like as long as you like see that she is drifting back in any capacity, and then maybe like um you could do like, dash back out of crouch, full hop bear, or like, you could just full hop bear facing the peach, or like honestly you could like wave dash back. As long as you kind of maintain that position, I actually don't think it's that urgent to directly punish tournament winner back. Well, I think you can. It's definitely pretty inconsistent slash not that valuable.
Yeah.
And that's for like the air dodge stuff.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, I
like,
think
oh, what's up?
like when I heard Fiction talk about like Peach at the ledge, he was sort of just like, yeah, Peach sucks at the ledge, but
Yeah.
like he didn't really recommend the flow chart in one of his lessons I watched. It was more like just play the mix up. Like generally, if you're reacting, you're gonna have frame advantage in terms of just when you're gonna have frame advantage. So you should just like sort of play the mix up, play like the advantage. And I think you definitely want to force advantage, but maybe it's not like as straightforward as like four options that you can react to.
I actually
When
think it is, because if you're crouching at ledge, all the things that she can do ends up being either like pretty reactable, or like fully reactable, or like doesn't directly like advance her position. So it's like all the like ledge get ups are like reactable, and you could like, grab them on reaction. Um, Tournament winner, again, we talked about tournament winner. Drifting back, it doesn't matter that much, and drifting forward, um, is difficult. And then when she does like drop from ledge double jump, she does actually have one mix up. There's one thing that she could do that could actually like beat crouching at ledge, and that is her doing drop instant up B. That like breaks crouch.
oh, instant,
Um,
so she goes above the ledge.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And she just like up B's as fast as she can, dropping from ledge, and that like breaks up B, and I think you can't like you like just get knocked down, and then she could fast fall to the ground. And I don't think she gets like a combo or anything, but she at least gets back onto the stage. Um, but other than that, it's like if she drops from ledge, and like the laser option, you could either decide to like kind of just let her double jump, and then she'll probably regrab ledge, which isn't that bad. Or like if you really think she's gonna like double jump super early, then what you could do is just like short hop nair out of crouch, or like drill, and it'll kind of just like stop her from um from moving up. A lot of the time the peach corner interaction isn't necessarily even about like trying to kill her instantly. It's just like keeping her in the corner. And does like the double jump stuff like make sense with how it like interacts with everything else?
What do you mean the double jump stuff?
Like
Uh,
how to beat her double jumping from ledge. It's like you could either you know
I mean, you can do a lot of things like short up bear, just
yeah.
up tilt.
Yeah, just from the crouch position, you can pretty much just like do an aerial in place. It kind of depends on what you think, but if you think he's gonna double jump early and do like you know how sometimes the Peaches do like double jump forward nair. You doing a short hop nair in place just beats that a lot of the time because it's faster. If she does drift back, what happens a lot of the time is if you do the nair as like assuming she drift forward, what ends up happening is if she drifts back, she avoids the nair, but she doesn't actually get to like punish it or anything, so you're fine. And then she ends up still like either off stage at ledge height or like at back on the ledge. Um,
Okay.
and then she can do like double jump air dodge, but that's air dodge. It's pretty laggy. So again, if you like do the nair on reaction to her dropping or assuming her double jump timing, then you'll sometimes you'll clip the air dodge mid movement, and other times you'll just be able to like up tilt slash grab it when it lands and stuff. Um, so with like um
Who
seeing
would you say are
Peach
the
like
best foxes at trapping Peach to the ledge? Like, is it you? Is it Fiction? Is it Leffen?
um I think Leffen is really good um at
Just
keeping
because,
Peach
yeah, I
trapped
just
in the
want to find like
corner
a
in
VOD that I
general.
can look at and see some of these,
Yeah,
see what the
yeah,
best
yeah.
players do.
I'll pull one up. I'll send you one.
Okay, and then yeah, we can move on. That's good though.
Okay, cool. Okay, here we go. Here's me versus Peach. I am good at keeping Peach on the ledge, and then Leffen's really good at like beating the Peach up when she's in the corner. That's
Okay.
yeah.
Um, Another question. So I've been going for like down throw check chase against like Peach and Samus and Puff,
Hmm.
and it just seems like really hard because there's a tech in place versus like tech roll mix up where generally you can react to the roll, although even then it's my experience been pretty hard to react to the rolls.
Hmm.
And then the other mix up is like uh you can DI the down throw to be land behind Fox or in front of him. So
Hmm.
sometimes like you either up tilt, turn up tilt, and then like if you make a mistake against Peach, for example, she just wake up down smash. Or same with Samus, they'll like tech in place, you up tilt the wrong side of you, and then they down smash you.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. Is it just like hope they panic, cover a couple options as safe as you can, and try to get a kill like sometimes, or is it like am I
Um,
just not maybe like you can do a pivot and cover both? I have no idea.
I
It seems
think
like kind of like a fluke thing that people say is good, but against better players it like would have enough counterplay to make it not that good.
yeah, I think down throw in general actually ends up not being that good because taking place slash tech rolls. I don't think you can always cover directly while also like looking for tech in place and miss tech and everything.
And
I
everyone that you can
personally,
react to everything, I think that's BS.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think if you like read roll against shorter roll characters like Samus, you can definitely react, but that's a read and
That's
then
yeah. You're like reading and confirming. I mean, I feel like against those characters, up throw is just. I feel like down throw's pretty bad in general. I almost never like down throw. I
what
only ever
about
down throw
Puff?
if it's like Puff is like right before kill percent. But other than that, I
Like maybe
really
you see it at
don't.
the top level because like HBox isn't as good as a counterplay as he ought to be, and then like I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. So okay, you're I should definitely practice more like up throw into sharking like Peach and
Yeah, I
Samus.
think that's the good because like down throw has moments where it's good. It's not like it's always bad. I'm not trying to say it's always bad, but it definitely is inconsistent. And I think up throwing, well, doesn't necessarily net as much like direct, percent than maybe down throw could. But I definitely think it's a very advantageous position where like things will generally go well because like
Yeah,
sharking Peach, Samus, what are these characters gonna actually do to like come down? It's pretty hard. Um,
yeah.
Now
Okay.
Puff on the other hand is just kind of dumb in that sharking her is kind of fake, but I also feel like down throwing her is kind of fake. And also with up throw against Puff, you do just get like an up throw bear. So it's like you always do get some percent
Yeah,
off
if it's
up
below
throw.
kill percent, you can still just get like a bear or an up air and get some damage.
Yeah, and I do think that like doesn't feel as good as like down throw leading into like direct grab, but it's definitely like way less reversal potential,
Yeah.
and I at least against Puff a character I feel like
I feel like Puff is just shielding a lot. Like you're almost better off going for like shield pokes than for like grabs if the grab wouldn't lead to a kill.
yeah, I agree. I think if Puff's shielding on the ground and stuff, it's like Puff
Yeah.
on the ground
Like
fucking
like a
sucks.
up air, try to shield poker or something.
Yeah, you kind of just get to do your buttons. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna nair, end up past Puff Shield, and kind of do whatever moves I want.
Gotta like avoid like grab and up smash. That's like all she can do.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Um, Another quick question. So Peach, like she does that down air edge guard where she flows and like does it over the ledge.
Hmm.
I pretty much just up B and then I S or just hold out on the dares and then fall and then up B again and like
Yeah.
just try to reset it and hopefully like 1 in 5 times you trade the up B. I don't really know why, but sometimes you trade it and then like either she gets knocked down, you can get back for free, or you just get damaged faster than she gets damaged if she's doing
Hmm.
2%. Now I know she can switch it and go into a bear, but you can tech the bear if you
Yeah.
sweet spot your up B. So I don't know if is that basically like there's I know I've heard you can SDI the dare in enough so that the dare into the nair will like send you to the opposite direction, but that seems like
I think that's pretty inconsistent. Though.
yeah, I feel like I
Um.
haven't been able to, it seems like hard.
I think what I normally do in that position is I try and SDI the down there like away as much as I can, and then like what you can do is, and you could either obviously you could sweet spot, just like doing the sharp angle into the stage, or you could like what I like doing a lot is going straight up, like falling pretty far and then going straight up to the point where there's not that much like falling distance between like
Are
the
you saying
peak
if
of
you
my up and
SDI
the
out far
ledge.
enough, then if you go straight up, it's sort of like harder for her to hit you off?
Yeah. It's so what happens is if you're far enough away, she does the down air and you're going straight up, and the down air misses. But sometimes, depending on your height, she can still nair it. But I think I it generally doesn't happen that often. Another thing I like doing is SDIing away and then dropping pretty low and then like doing like a pretty high sharp angle that like actually hits the peach. Like I'm aiming for the peach's like torso instead of
Mm.
I'm trying to like
Like
avoid the
right,
down
instead of
air.
riding the wall, you're trying to hit like her upper body where the hitbox isn't there.
Yeah, and that's a good
Okay.
way to like get around the down air if you can. Obviously it doesn't work always, but that's like a way to beat the down air and end up back on stage and stuff.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna keep going.
Hmm.
This is helpful. Uh, so like one thing I see Leffen do a lot is dash dancing on the top platform, and I like realize I pretty much never dash dance on any platform,
Hmm.
and obviously it depends a lot on the matchup, but like I don't know, just in general, what would be the purpose of dash dancing on the platform besides just like a timing mix up, or is it just that?
Um, it is both like so. I guess I'm gonna preface this with the idea that like when on platforms, you pretty much only go to platforms to like actively avoid things, and then when you're on platforms, your goal is to get to the ground safely,
Yeah, like
right?
box kind of sucks on platforms in terms of like shine
Aggressive
doesn't give you
options,
anything.
and
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. I
You
don't
show
think
Joe
he's trying to
John's
like
like he's relatively safe on platforms, but he's not like really at an advantage.
yeah, exactly. And his goal is to just get to the ground, that like in the safest way possible. So if he's dashed something on the platform, that's probably because he's trying to like not necessarily pose a threat, but pose the potential of him, coming off the platform in like a very in like a various amount of ways, right? I think
Mm.
that's generally just what it is. I don't think he's like trying to avoid anything necessarily. He's just trying to be like, oh, which side will I come down on, and like, will you bite on one side, and can I like get down safely?
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna keep going.
Hmm.
Another one is I've seen like Moki do this where if he's wave shining Nana, in some situations he does a wave shine into jab,
Yeah.
and I don't know what the purpose of that is. And like I think I think it's at certain spacings where like she's slowly sliding to ledge, and if you do nothing, she'll go to the ledge, but you
Hmm.
don't also have enough time to like do another like running move. So he does like a jab, and then sometimes he'll jump. I don't really know how it all
Yeah.
like. What's the purpose of the jab there?
The jab in that position where not Puff, Nana is like falling to ledge and you jab. If you jab her there, she'll double jump every single time. So it's just like a guaranteed kill setup.
Okay, it's just spacing dependent for where like the when the jab is worth it and when it's not.
Yeah, as long as the jab is like hitting the Nana when she's like off stage slash able to double jump, then she'll double jump out. But if it's on stage, then you should probably like try and shine again or something like that.
Okay. Okay. Um, what do you think about Shine side B um against especially against like Marth and some other characters like Ices where they go a little too far for fall, especially when like Marth STIs away. Like if I
Yeah.
drill Marth, good Marths will know the Shine is coming and SDI it. I've been going for more Joe Grab because of that, and just makes like you can definitely still technically get a follow up, but like it can be really tight sometimes depending on the spacing, and like if you mess up, like you just get grabbed
Mhm.
and die. So
Yeah.
um, I don't know. Like one time I got a lead top drill and he's like SDIing away. I know that the shine's gonna be like he's gonna be at the outside edge of my shine. I know he's expecting it. I know he's gonna SDI it. So I was just
Mhm.
thinking like, man, maybe I could shine side B
Oh.
there, or like is that I I know players do it for style, but like I don't know, maybe actually good.
I actually, in
Like
those positions when I'm like drilling from, like a lot of the time what I end up doing it is I like drill from ledge and I know Martha's obviously gonna SDI. I actually do shine side B there a good amount of time, but that's like the only spot when I do it. I think honestly, a lot of the time if you know the Martha's like SDIing away, you could really just like drill grab and like
they're holding away and like shield or something.
yeah, it's like they rarely. I don't think they ever actually get far enough for your grab if they're staying in front for your grab to like miss.
Yeah,
So I think I haven't tested it, so I'm not sure. Maybe you could test it, but I think drill grab in that spot actually is pretty good and probably more consistent than doing drill shine side B.
yeah. I mean the side B you don't generally don't get a follow up, but you probably get like good stage position. But the grab maybe expected value there is better, even if it's like a little awkward sometimes.
It's like on hit. I actually think they're both like fine. It's more that like if you drill shine might actually get outspaced by the SDI. That's the biggest issue.
I'd say
Where I think drill shine, if the Marth has good SDI, would actually end up avoiding the or the SDI would end up avoiding the shine. I think in those spots, drill grab would actually still hit the SDI away on the drill, right?
mhm.
Um, that's what I think. I haven't tested it, so I'm not sure, but that's why I think that would be the
Yeah.
case. I think on hit, I mean, it's like both are good, both pop the Marth up, both do their thing. So I don't have any like reservations towards either. Other
Okay.
than I guess Marth could technically tech side B, but what the fuck? If they're
No, they're
teching
not.
side B, they're the goat, I guess.
Well, yeah. Um, what's your like? So say you drill shine a fox. What and he's like just in the center stage.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do to prepare yourself for a tech chase? I mean, good players they're generally ready to tech the shine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, not always, but sometimes it's good to do a wave shine like down tilt.
Yeah, you
But
could
then I
read
feel like
tech
if
in
they tech,
place.
if you wave shine down tilt and they like do the immediate tech in, a lot of times they're like actionable and have good frame advantage against you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also sort of risky to read miss tech. And sometimes I feel like if they do a miss tech, it's a little tight to like run and then crouch
Mm-hmm.
to get like that to set that up. Maybe I'm just too slow, but I don't know what. I guess what are your general thoughts on that situation?
One thing that I do when that I like don't think other foxes do when I'm like tech chasing off shine, if my intentions are to like true tech chase, I always dash before I even react to anything. I always do like the execution is
Like a
like
foxtrot.
Yeah, yeah. I always like I call it pre-dashing. So before I can tell anything, I'm wave dashing off the shine. I always dash, and then what that does is I can react during the dash, and then actually like tech chase off of it. So this is if I'm trying to true tech chase.
Okay,
Um,
and if you take some place, did you just do like a JC grab on
yeah, you
reaction?
you just grab out of the dash.
Okay, so
Tech
it's
in
like
place though is like I actually
that's pretty
don't
hard.
really recommend doing it. It's like 3 frame perfect inputs in a row. Yeah, it has like 3 frame leniency over the entire execution, so you have to be
What from
perfect
the
acting on
shine into the
shine.
wave dash into the dash grab.
Yeah, it's like all
That's
you have 3 frames of leniency overall, so it's actually pretty fucked to do that. But what I found that you could do is if you could react to tech in place with dash bag and then just get like an advantage mix
how I
up.
get like in a mix up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's like if you want to like full react. I think if you want to like um otherwise you can't really you just kind of have to like make the read. uh so it's either you decide that like you want to cover like the tech rolls and so you like react to those off your shine, um or you read like tech in play slash
Well,
miss
shine
tech.
tech roll away. You can't really react punish unless the edge of the stage like makes it so they don't go too far.
Fox you
That
can,
basically.
Falco you can't. I think Falco isn't possible unless it gets cut off, but I think Fox is possible regardless.
Okay, I'll test that out. Okay,
Yeah.
sounds
You
good.
also have to pre-dash. I don't know if a lot of the time without pre-dashing if you can actually get tech away. Tech away is really hard.
And on
Um,
miss tech, you do the pre dash and then
you
you're able
just
to get a
hold
crouch
down.
out in time.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you So I have some questions that doesn't listed down, but I'm also just freewheeling here too. So the I guess I've had a lot of good foxes tech chase me with shine, and obviously
Hmm.
like the reaction's super easy. And I'm usually like, just holding down, trying to wake up shine myself.
Yeah.
And then so I'm not like it's unreactable, obviously. So then they just get like a wave shine up tilt, like or down tilt rather.
Yeah.
Like that seems really good. Like, is that something you do a lot? Is that something you'd recommend?
Yeah, I
Obviously,
think tech chasing with shine's good. It's really good.
okay.
It's
And I think
easier
if
and
you're holding down
hmm
on the like you're crouching in front of the mistake, it's a little awkward to do the up tilt, which I think is generally another really good like
yeah,
faster than grab tech chase option.
I agree.
But maybe shine's just like easier there.
Shine's definitely easier. I mean, it's a 1 frame move, and
Yeah.
I think like in a lot of positions, you're going to be shining tech in place, right? And so if you're shining tech in place, a lot of the time they actually are still locked out of the tech. Not so. It's
Yeah.
actually just like it could be a true tech chase, or like true a guaranteed miss tech in a lot of spots where they tech in place.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really good. I've like seen good players do it against me, and I've never like practiced it myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's really good. I recommend doing it for sure.
Um, okay. Another situation I have trouble with is say I'm on top plat and I'm playing against Falco, and
Yeah.
he does like he's just like dash dancing under one of the side platforms, and he's
Mm-hmm.
on a spacing where if I run off like with Joe or whatever, he's just gonna be right outside of it, and he's simply just lasering. It
Yeah.
sort of seems like it's just like a stalemate position where he can't really do anything to me, and I can't really do anything to him. So I should like come down and try to get like as good a stage position as possible. Is that basically
Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing you could
okay?
do to like stop them. Just come down. The one thing like do you make like absolutely need to make sure you need to do is come down when there isn't a laser. Because if you come down into laser lag, it's like why even come down, right? You could just
Yeah,
hit. But
getting
like,
laser out of the air is how I get messed up
yeah,
so much. And
yeah,
like
yeah.
fiction has beaten to my brain that like flopping is really good, so I've been spamming it a lot just to test it out. And the one
Mm-hmm.
thing that really destroys full hop is if Falco lasers you out of it and then
Oh
just does a
yeah.
dash JC shine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree. It's rough when you get laser out of the air.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna send you a file. I literally just played this beforehand. It was Peach, so that's what I wanted to talk about anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's gonna be fresh in my mind.
Okay, nice.
Um, I feel like I'm pretty good tech skill. My leg passes are bad because I like am lazy and don't practice it. But um, yeah, I've come to the conclusion. It seems like we can watch the game and discuss it, but um, like against good Peaches, you have to be like just really willing to be lame as hell and laser camp them, or else you get messed up. Like, obviously, if I
Yeah,
was better, I'd probably win more scraps. But if in general, if you're scrapping with Peach, you're just gonna get screwed.
I
And that's
agree. I think
so in this game, I was saying it's a Dreamland game. I just like I made that realization, just tried to laser camp the hell out of them, and I don't know if that's the matchup, then I'd like to see what else I did wrong.
uh I think Peach is like, so the thing is Peach is really good at like directly beating all of Fox's like aerials. Like Peach moves just beat Fox moves because they're bigger, right? And a lot of the time like similar speed, like Bear and Nair, both similarly fast and beat a lot of things. Fair's really big, slow, but beats nearly everything you throw at it. And so I think Fox's main goal is actually just to use his speed and outmaneuver Peach. And a lot of the time, that entails, running away, because if you can't directly interact with her consistently, then that means that you have to just like run away from her until you have a spot where you can, right? So
Hmm.
I don't think camping is like wrong in the matchup. I do think there are ways to like play it more aggressively if you're like precise enough and like willing to like potentially, get hit again, or like get hit, but like otherwise, I feel like it's generally just gonna have to end up being pretty defensive. Okay, can you see the VOD? I just
Yep.
started streaming.
Yep.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, this is all really good. Never mind. But everything leading up to this moment was all like very good. You messed up your dash full hop. You probably want to end up here instead of there. You didn't get your dash
Mm.
momentum, but I think this bear is just bad in general. It's like no one
Yeah,
ever
I might have
actually
meant
gets
to
hit
like
by
not
it.
land on the platform and do it like lower, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably bad either way.
yeah. That's, I definitely did not think you meant to do the full hop this way, but I'm sure that you like reacted to the fact that you did the full hop that way and like was just like, I guess I kind of gotta like do like a bear or something here. But
Yeah.
yeah, the asparagus doesn't hit anyone. I don't think it's that great, and it ends up getting you. This is a big thing that makes the Peach matchup like, this is like a losing point for Fox, is
You
being in
never want.
lag next to the Peach. This is like, doesn't this position just look fucked? Right? It's
Yeah,
like this is how you get hit.
try to
Oh,
punch that. Yeah, so that's like I don't I've like Uncle Punched like try to punch Peach down smash, but like maybe the risk was just never worth it. I don't know. Like
you
if
should
you
just
mess up,
shun it. Two,
yeah. And
three,
so I
four.
think I have a couple frames there where I should have shined.
Yeah,
Yep.
you were 4 frames late, so
But
I definitely think you can do it. I mean, you're even like frame perfect on the wave dash out of shield if you look. Like this is the last hit. If your shield, but you see how your shield bubble doesn't pop up. That means you're frame perfect. So
mm,
you're frame perfect when dashing out. You just have to do the
yes.
shine. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, wasn't the whole thing like okay? I'm gonna go on like a little tangent here, but like I like the one thing, with the way melee polling works, like unless you can consistently do an input exactly 16.66 milliseconds after another, you're
Mm-hmm.
basically the distribution on like you're either gonna get the frame perfect wave dash or 1 frame late. But if you're 1 frame late, then that means everything, you have like an extra air dash or air dodge frame before you actually hit the ground. So like all your subsequent actions are delayed. And so if you want to do the shine such that it will work in either case of you air dodging perfectly or one after frame perfect, then you have to delay it. And like, I don't know if there's a good solution besides like, okay, just try to be frame perfect, like, and if you're unlucky, then you get screwed, or like, if there's, or if you should
Um.
be cognizant and be like, oh, if I delay my shine, it'll work in both cases and I'll have enough. Like, I don't know. Yeah. And there's even stuff for like, depending on your air dodge angle, how if you're 1 frame late, you're gonna spend a different amount of time in air dodge frames before you hit the ground. And
Mm-hmm.
like it just seems yeah, I get like tilted sometimes when people talk about like box because like, oh, like you can do this, but it's like, yeah, but that requires like 4 semi-frame perfect inputs, and then you get like a small punish. I don't know. So
Uh,
I've definitely practiced this, but it just seems like in game, it's like
I think
the risk reward sometimes
um
isn't worth it. I don't know.
I think the risk reward is most certainly worth it. I don't think that polling. I think obviously polling is clearly a thing, but I don't think it actually has like a meaningful enough impact to be like I'm going to change the way I do my inputs to like to be imperfect to count for polling. I think you should just like assume that the game will function as is all the time, and then in spots where it doesn't, it's like so be it. Because I don't think it's like common enough necessarily to like justify doing that. Because there's a lot of things that stop working if you do that, and I don't think it's like you know worthwhile to end up in that position.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but like it's I mean, you just have to wave dash out and assume that the timing that you think the wave dash will be at is gonna be, the correct one, right?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
just kind of how it is. Polling, I
Yeah.
guess, like definitely does impact things, but it's not like you can't actually like judge polling well, and so it's like it. I'm not sure if it's worth even like processing as like a potential outcome because it's like
Okay.
you can't like because I feel like a lot of the time it's like I've I've been a frame late on really easy things before, and I truly do not believe it's because of polling. I think it's because of like the natural inconsistency of like human like execution, right? And sometimes it is
Yeah.
polling, right? And
Well, it's not like I'm not talking about polling drift, but like which has been patched with like Slippy and everything,
mhm.
which is but as a thing on console. But just like if you yeah, it is human inconsistency, but uh yeah, I
Mhm.
guess you want to be as consistent as possible and just sort of like take the good with the bad.
Yeah, I'm
If it
just
allows
not
you to like
sure.
get a shine here 8/10 of the time and 2/10 of the time you get like, a little punish is probably worth it on average. So
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth it to like because I mean from like a practical standpoint you getting a shine here on this peach is shine up till at least guaranteed it is I think 21% or something like that, and it's like okay and
I
that's
mean,
like
shine up smash is like 23%.
yeah and it's like assuming you don't get a combo alone that's like pretty good, and then if you get a combo it ends up being like a 40% 50% hit, right? And so it's like
Mhm.
I feel like it is most certainly worth it going for that kind of hit, just numerically, where it's like looking at you doing the thing, 5 frame leniency, and then um, and then it has potential to be a 50+% combo almost inherently. Is like I would almost all I mean you should go for this thing every single time, right? Just from like
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
numerical
I'm gonna
standpoint.
keep going for it. It's just yeah.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean
this is
it's
just the
just
one.
hard. You just
This
have to
is like
like
yeah,
get
just
good
the
at it.
10% of the time that I mess up or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you need to practice like wave shining frame perfect at a wave dash. Like that's probably not something you've practiced before, right? You've probably like
Yeah,
do it
indirectly probably.
decently, but you have to do it. Doing it frame perfectly actually does matter sometime.
Right, right, right.
That's definitely worthwhile. Putting time into. You try to jab. Yeah, no, that you just kind of have to defend yourself here. If you don't like actually CC the jabs down, you don't ever get to like make a decision here. You have to defend yourself. So either like shield, roll, double jump. Hmm. Uh, I don't necessarily inherently disagree with the decision to like go back in laser, but I feel like Peach in the corner is like a pretty advantageous spot for you. So I don't think it's like bad to play it like aggressively.
Just dash dance there at least.
Like yeah, like dash dancing here is good. Just drilling straightforward here is good and hard to deal with. Nair naring Peach out of the air whenever you like think she'll be floating for a while is good. Obviously, you can't get CC down, so there's like things that go on there. Seeing Peach jump and just up smashing or landing, assuming she'll come down as fast as possible. Like all these things are really good, and Peach has to like worry about each of those decisions, right? So it's like it's definitely worthwhile at least staying in the corner sometimes. And I mean, maybe you do in other spots. I'm not sure, but at least in this
This
spot,
guy was he was doing a ton of like wave dash back in the corner, and then even when I'd be like overshoot it and go all the way to the ledge to where he couldn't dodge it, he would like run off stage, float,
mm-hmm.
and then whiff punch me that way. And I was like, okay, I gotta laser
Mm-hmm.
can this guy. Oh no.
I definitely think there's ways to hit him in the corner without, like getting punished. Like space it down till what the only thing that Peach can do to like interact with that is already be jumping, like before your down tilt comes out, and then like do like a whiff punish bear, like a fast fall bear over it.
Like run up, okay, run up down to I can try that more. That sounds
Like
good.
run up down tilt's good. I mean, short hop aerials just cover the entirety of the corner, right? If you drift into the edge, um, like full hop with your back turned is okay. I think landing with back air next to Peach is one of the worst things that you could do, but it like in terms of pressuring her in the corner. But I think having your back turn is like actually hard for Peach to like contest with, so it ends up being kind of like a stalemate. And stalemating when Peach is in the corner is just advantageous for you, right?
Mhm.
Um, when I feel like after this corner spot, when you like give up space and you do the laser, I think it's important to like, and you maybe you do it sometimes, but to like still be engaged here and be like, oh, the Peach is like making decisions that I can like do something about. Because him doing running the center stage, full hop or not full hop, float cancel up air, dash forward, float cancel up air is like they're like non-decisions. He's just kind of pressing buttons. I don't think it necessarily interacts that directly with it. Like interacts with like short hop, but like how likely is it a fox is going to like short hop at him in both of those spots? And I feel like if you like stay engaged here with the intention of like maybe hitting Peach, you could see him do like you could kind of be like, oh, this Peach is just gonna move forward or like do attacks or like something like that. And then what ends up happening is if you do like dash forward full hop in this position, you get to like set up a position where if you were full hopping, you could maybe, drill on top of this, bear the back of this, and then double jump. Otherwise, if the Peach is like still dash dancing or something, right? And
Yeah.
like you don't
I
necessarily give up that
I
much.
think in a lot of these spots, especially versus Puff, when I did the lasering, I'm kind of just reacting only to like how close they are to me.
Yeah, yeah, that makes
But
sense.
I think you're right where like should be a little more discriminate in terms of what I'm like paying attention to.
Yeah, I think it's like sometimes you do just like want a laser, and you like are only looking at them with like the intention of like lasering the next time they give you the opportunity to. That like totally makes sense. I think that's like fine, but I'm honestly just trying to like present the idea that this isn't a position where you just kind of have to like you can make a decision here that interacts
Right, right,
well
right. Yeah.
with Peach.
Yeah, I definitely do too many lasers. I think I heard you talk in another lesson where like I'm queuing a laser after the first one where
Yeah, you're
definitely should
queuing
be
it
like
up.
lasering and like at least thinking a little bit. Like
hmm
should I laser again?
Yeah, yeah,
Especially with double lasers, like you don't want to queue up a double laser because it's so slow.
yeah, yeah. I feel like this dash dance wasn't that great. I feel like once you do the big dash back, you kind of can just like stand still and then react. Cause I keep pausing at the wrong point. But is it like pretty clear how after you do like the initial dash back, you're far enough away to where nothing Peach does can actually hit you? And so, given
So just
that,
like with the control stick and like let yourself reset to like
yeah, you just like
let the foxtrot.
foxtrot. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
and if you do that, things like if Peach does like this dash attack, you'll be at the perfect spacing to just like punish it, or like you could maybe full hop or something. But it like doing that sets you up at the perfect spacing to where Peach can't actually hit you like at all in like any
Mm.
unreactable way, but you're at the edge of your threat range.
I don't think I ever do like just foxtrot way into weight, which is something I used to do a lot of sheep.
hmm
But like it's stuff like yeah.
Yeah, I think
I think
it's really
I
good.
think if you yeah, that sounds good. So I think if you watch it, I do like another dash dance,
Hmm.
and then I like do a wave dash back
Yeah.
when I see the dash attack.
Hmm.
That's actually yeah, because I actually have a lot of problem with that where like I'm dashing into the corner and then like to have space, or to like I think I have to keep dash dancing, so I'm trying to dash dance like a really tight dash dance,
Hmm.
and it's just like it would be way easier execution wise just to like let go of my stick and
Yeah, I
see
feel
the dash
like
attack and then like grab it or
yeah,
F
yeah,
smash it or whatever.
I agree. I think approaching these situations in like their simplest form of execution is like definitely the best way to go about it because it's like I definitely think it's good to like want to like there are some spots where like the precision is necessary, right? And it's like, but it's Peach fucking dash attack, right? So you don't have to like it's not that hard to punish as long as you're out of the way and like able to close enough to hit it. You can you'll be fine. And so it's like I don't think there's that much value in like doing a super precise dash dance with it because it's like it's also given that like the other options that Peach would do doesn't require one either. And I think as long as you're outside of your threat range, that's the important part. Because like if you're outside of your threat range, you just can't get hit, right? And so
Yeah.
if you kind of play in that way, it'll end up being better. And I wonder if with this dash back, if you dash back with any intention of like um thinking Peach will probably or Peach could move forward here, and I want to like interact with it. It kind of feels like you were just like dash dancing normally because you assumed the Peach wouldn't move forward, and then like when she did, you like reacted, and then ended up going away because you wanted to like make sure you didn't get hit. But I feel like if you like dash back with the intention of being like, okay, Peach could potentially move forward here, you probably like intuitively end up just like holding the further away position. Um,
Mm.
so it might be like intentions related, honestly, too, because I do think it's like both given like the second laser where it's like it didn't feel like you're super engaged with Peach potentially moving forward there. It's kind of similar for the dashbacker. I feel like you didn't go into either decision with like a set of like plans that could or a set of ideas that like could have happened that you were like prepared for.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. I've kind of
Um,
just
good full hop, good bear. I think this is. I think staying on the back of Peach's shield is good. Um,
messed up
yeah.
there.
Hmm. Man, I feel like there's something about this pressure that I don't really like, but I actually think it ends up being fine. The full hop is good. Drill, you just mess up your shine. Yeah, it's fine. Wow, up to all the jab, you're the goat.
I think I'm probably just lucky.
To hit this jump shine, you have to shine like earlier, because if you're gonna like be doing it, Peach is probably gonna end up double jumping out, and so it's like you want to like catch her head rather than hitting the bottom side of her, because you like have to be very diligent about making sure you don't cross up. So you have to do the shine as early as
Yeah,
possible.
or maybe just run off side instead of short hop.
No, I think short hop's good. You just have to do the shine earlier. Like you
Okay.
should be shining now instead of shining now, right?
Okay.
But it's good that you go to ledge.
I knew he was gonna dash right there, and I just mess up the punt. Like, because every Peach wants to hit you right there.
Yeah. Yeah, you should probably drill or nair from ledge. I think Bear is pretty bad at actually hitting, like,
I
them
was sort of
being
hoping it
point
would send
blank.
her off, but that's weird. I think, yeah. I feel like dash tag dodged it, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, she was shorter, but honestly, it's just like
Yeah, I definitely
hard.
should have
It's just
gone.
harder to hit. Bear is just like actually pretty hard to hit if you want to like cross it up here. Yeah, it goes there because you're hashtag. But it's like honestly, I feel like drilling or nairing from ledge gets you similar value because it's like it's it'll be fine. Honestly, drill
Yeah.
especially drill could like actually end up to like getting a valuable punish. Um, I feel like if you're gonna full hop here, I feel like there's no reason not to land on the platform. I feel like landing on the ground's like honestly just pretty greedy
Okay.
because it's like you're trying to like you're playing this in a situation as if you like have like a reasonable chance to hit the peach, but you're just like super duper disadvantaged, right? And so,
Yeah, my
I
positioning is bad.
yeah, and so if it like starts off bad, I feel like it's pretty important to just kind of like
What do you think about Fiction has said that against Peach, like hop instant double jumps really good.
yeah.
It's something I know about, but I don't really do a lot. Like, do you think that would have been good there?
Um,
And then just like
I
you can
think
either
if
fade back to
you
ledge, you can land on platform, depending on what she does. You can like
I think it could have been good. I feel like since you didn't have like a top platform that close to land on, it would have been pretty awkward, but it could have worked for sure. Like if you double jump there instead of like falling through the platform, it would have ended up being pretty good because you would have like dodged the nair and just been like behind the peach if you drifted forward. True. Oh, that's bad. You should take the sweet spot here. Yeah, you should just take the sweet spot here. Jumping up early
what I was doing.
is just
It's
not
bad.
good. Um, Here's kind of another position where I feel like Peach is like, once she does this wave dash back, I'd be like, oh, and you realize that she wave dashes back, but I feel like you don't like actually carry out any pressure. You kind of just like keep lasering. But I feel like in this spot, I would just like honestly after the first double laser, I would be very willing to just run into the corner and nair. Peach is like at 78%'s really high. She's in the corner, and nair's hard to deal with. Like if you just ran up and did like a full drift forward to hop nair that like went pretty deep into the corner, it would have ended up being pretty good. And that's not to say it's not necessarily that like the nair is the decision you should make, but it's more that like you have like you can be aggressive in this position. It's like you get to like corner pressure the peach, right? But it feels like you're kind of treating it as if that's not a spot where you like get to take anything and you have to like play defensive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, are you saying like you would react to her being alive from the wave dash and be like, I have an advantage here,
Well,
and
it's like
then
you have an advantage
what's your advantage?
regardless, right?
Okay.
Since she's in the corner near center stage, you have an advantage regardless. I was more saying that like me specifically, I would have probably like just after this,
I agree,
the
Nair
double
is good there.
laser.
I was probably too scared to do it. Like that just sounds like a couch cancel down smash where I eat 40,
Yeah, but
but
she's at
maybe on average
83,
it's
right?
better.
She's just at 83%.
Well, maybe if you get a soft Nair and she doesn't hold down, you can get an up smash. But like if hard Nair there, you might get like you might get a follow up, but
Well, Hardner
I don't
just
know.
pushes her off stage, right? And like actually pressures her. It's like it like advances the game state, right?
Okay.
That's the big part. It transitions you from advantageous position to like edge guarding, right? And Peach can actually die off the edge guard, but I feel like laser in center stage, there's like nothing that'll actually like come from that. And that's not to say you shouldn't do it. I'm more just like saying that there are like
Yeah,
alternatives.
yeah.
Like you
Would you say
can
part
pressure
of
the
it is
Peach.
that like lasers at this percent are a lot less valuable than they are like at earlier percents?
Um, I don't necessarily think it's because of. I think it's just because of the position in general.
Okay.
Um,
All right, that's good then.
yeah, like lasers are clearly good. It's just that Peach is in the corner. It's like Peach is in the corner. All of her options are way limited, right? And it's like why not play as if you have some sort of advantage, right? I feel like kind of I feel like against most characters, you'd pretty intuitively be like, oh, they're in the corner. I'm gonna like stop them from moving forward or like keep them in the corner, right? But against Peach, you kind of just let her like
Yeah, that's
you let her
actually
take center,
I
right?
feel like I have a lot of trouble where like against Falco, Sheik, sometimes even Falcon. Well, Falcon's a little bit more like Peach, I think, where you can press your advantage in the corner. But like
Hmm.
Falco and Sheik, I feel like I try to pressure them too much in the corner and like they'll just roll in or something,
Yeah,
and then all
that
of a sudden I'm like
happens.
cornered. And I feel like Falco especially, like I have so much problems covering his role because it's pretty long, and like if he shines out of it, a lot of times he's just like I don't know. I get hit by that a lot, and I think that I suck. But
Mm-hmm.
it seems like some maybe you saying so like Peach, probably Falcon, even Sheik a little bit like are easier to pressure in the corner than like some characters or
Um,
I know like Spacey's it's not even that great to pressure them in the corner because of Shine just sends them to ledge, although that's true of all the characters too, but like at least I don't know. I don't
um,
know what you think about that.
I think pressuring people in the corner is good. I think you just have to like do it diligently. It's like, be aware there's a roll of space around that, position around that. Be like, oh, understand that there's like a mix up at hand and you need to like properly prepare for it, right? Because it's like maybe spaces you don't get to like ledge trap them the same way you do a peach or whatever, or edge like keeping them in the corner the same way you keep a peach in the corner, but like you still have to like make an attempt to like stop them from getting into center stage. Because like what happens is like, oh, maybe if you like full hop there to side platform to read them, maybe jumping up and then they roll, it's not like you just play neutral from there, right? It's kind of like what I'm trying to say is that I think there are more ways for them to get out of the corner, but that doesn't like necessarily mean that you should stop attempting to keep them in the corner, right? Does
Okay.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I mean, I feel like you could if you watch like top players play, I think they generally do a pretty good job of like pressuring the corner and then like realizing that if they like maybe the person escapes or you know there's obviously mix-ups at hand and the mix-ups maybe playing a different way out. They do a good job like being evasive slash like playing good defense if things happen slash like having like base spacings that interact
So
well
what
with
if
things like roll.
so okay, just to say you're fighting Marth, you do a shine nair or nair shine on his shield, you go for shine grab, but he rolls in and avoids it. Like you're at a disadvantaged state, he has center stage, he's like 99% of the Marth's just gonna run up grab you there.
Mm-hmm.
Like what do you think you
Um,
should do? You think you should go to ledge? Like
I mean, it depends. Going to
that
ledge
just
is
seems
good
like
if you're
a
close
type of
enough.
scenario that happens to me a lot where I get punished.
Going to ledge is good. Spot dodging is good. If you have time, full hopping is good. Or like up tilting in place is good. Just dash back naring, right? Being aggressive in those spots is good. It's just like it's all just a mix up, right? It's all depending on
Yeah.
what you want. Like if you want to read the Marth grabbing, like run up grabbing, you could either hit him with like up tilt, or you could avoid it with spot dodge, or you could, if you think he's gonna dash dance and you want to like be out, you could just go to ledge and ledge dash, or if you want to
What do you
like,
think?
or what's up?
What do you think about like okay, so a lot like Sheik, Peach, or Sheik, Peach, Marth, Falcon. If you do like a nair on their shield in the corner,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you got average nair where you can get a shot out in time, but it's like probably a 3, 4 frame window, and two to 4 frame window. Like 99% of those players are just gonna be mash and grab because they know that if you get the shine out, they're just going to ledge.
Yeah.
What do you think about in that scenario? Like sounds scrubby, but like nair on shield and it's spot dodge.
I think you can just do like Nair dashback.
Not
I
against
think
Mars.
Nair spot dodge. Again, I mean against Marth, you just have to be more diligent about spacing, right? Against Marth, it's like the thing
I think if
is,
you're naring into them, like you're like pretty close inside of them and dash back. Like if you're getting a dash back out,
yeah. I
I
mean,
feel
if
like
you
it's
end up
even
point
tighter than the
blank,
shine.
if you end up point blank, then it's like yeah. Then you kind of have to shine. But I feel like against characters that are not like spacies, them being on the edge is like very advantageous, right?
Mm.
This is I think Shine sending them to ledge being a bad thing is only like exists around the assumption that the character is good off ledge. But like characters like Peach, Falcon, Marth, Sheik's good off ledge. But like those three characters, Puff, where it's like they can't actually escape the corner that effectively. You kind of just like you get to do your thing and like they get locked in the corner, right? So it doesn't end up being like any advantageous position for them. It's just like they just transition into a different kind of bad position. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think sometimes it's like it's fine, or you
It's
know,
sort of like if you hit their shield, it's kind of like you lost, but like you're spacey, so you have the privilege to like shine them to ledge, and rather
yeah.
than like going for some read.
It also means that you could change your approach to those situations, right? You could attack their shield in a different way, right? Like you could something that a lot of that good foxes do, or maybe should do, is that like you could do like a late nair right in front of their shield, and then if they try and grab at the normal timing they would, you doing nair turn on up tilt just hits their grab, right? Or like nair down tilt or something like that. Like there are like ways to bait out shield grab, like effectively while still like meaningfully covering other options, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's like definitely worthwhile to think about.
Okay.
Um, okay, let's keep going. We're getting near the
Yeah, yeah.
hour mark, so actually, since we're near the hour mark, let's watch a little bit more and then we'll. Um, I think
Probably should have been an up smash.
I don't think I've actually killed. Maybe, I think I would have just running shined, honestly, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I think being very diligent about like the types of punish you get on like Peach's laggy options is really important. Like you have to max
Yeah.
out value.
Down smash also seems like it's a little tricky. Like it has surprisingly little end lag, but it's definitely possible to do.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. It definitely isn't like super duper trivial with running shine, but I mean, I think you just have to practice it. It'll be easier once you practice it a bit. Oh, again, the corner thing kind of. You like actually like I like the way you played this, where you full hopped and then realized that Peach was down smashing, and then was like, oh yeah, I'm like gonna like try and like pressure her, but then you like
crispy waveline.
yeah, the waveland was good too, but then you like just fully
Yeah. Okay.
disengage, and it's like, man, you don't have to do that. You did not react at all with the sub smash. I feel like the second
That
up
one?
smash was good. The first one was
Oh.
not good.
Oh yeah.
That one you just kind of assumed your nair would
Uh,
hit or something like that, and I don't think that is like a reasonable assumption. Nice.
oh,
You have
that
to
that made
space
me
that.
mad.
That's a good nair. This is actually super good. Peaches think that they have advantage in this spot a lot, but it is just like, no, your fair is slow. Why do you play it like that? So nairing them out of the air is good. Good grab, good forward throw. Oh no, she's on the ledge. It's like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like saw her go to the ledge and like went further back. It's like no, go into
I
the
definitely got a
corner.
little carried away with like, okay, I gotta laser camp this guy, but you're
Yeah,
right. I should be pressing it like,
you just have to like play the interactions out like the interactions. And laserings are part of like the tree of interaction, like decisions you could make. But like, there's so many more decisions you could also make that like push your advantage rather than like kind of like stalemate it out. Good job. Oh, never mind. He rolled, but that was a good job staying behind the Peaches shield. It's very important to do that. And I feel like the one time where you did kind of play aggressive in the corner, it was like a flip the like it was like a roll the dice position. You just kind of like, I guess you're in the air. I guess I'll just like kind of up air and like hopefully it'll hit. And it's like I feel like it kind of lacked some intention.
maybe in this spot where I should like he was not fully in the ledge, and I know like probably he's gonna be defensive. Like after the ledge dash jab where
Oh
he air
here.
dodges away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's okay. I missed that. And maybe
It's
there is like where I can probably just laser and see what he does instead of he's not like fully in the corner. I don't know.
I think
I'm
standing
trying to think of
still
a strategy
here.
to it like laser is good in some spots, and then some spots you want to press it like press the issue.
I mean, laser like standing still here would have been good if you dash forward. Doing dash up, wave dash down in front of the Peach's shield would have been good. And like this is technically just a mix up. Like he just read you right, which is I think totally fine. Um, but I feel like if for the different ways to play it are like you hold this position here and read Peach just dashing forward towards you, or you run up wave dash and read that Peach will like be stationary or move backward, or if you're gonna run like all the way deep, you do something like running shine and then read that the Peach will like wave dash back or like dash back or something, right?
Yeah.
But those are about all of your decisions or types of decisions you could make.
Okay. I know we're about out of time. One last question. So like when I get a jab, a lot of teachers are able to air dodge out. Do you ever like just read that and like overshoot up smash it? Is that
Um,
reliable, or should I just be like
if she's
just
going
go
to,
for the up smash and just kind of GG's as they
uh,
dodge it?
I think that jab up smash, you can. It kind of depends, but I think a lot of the time just going for the jab up smash, if you confirm the jab hits, is good anyways. I don't think reading the air dodge out is actually that high value, but if you are gonna do it, I like doing like running shine to like, cause generally they do like air dodge down and away or whatever. So I like
For the
using running
ram.
shine because it gives me time to like actually react slash confirm things,
Okay.
and they end up dying anyways.
All right. All right. Thanks, man. Yeah, I think I have a lesson scheduled for next week around the same time, so I look
Hmm.
forward to that.
Yeah, nice. If you have any more questions that about maybe the things we talked about today, or I mean in general, always you can just ask. Uh, I'm always
Yeah, and
available.
yeah, thanks for like you do a lot of work just like in the Fox State and stuff like Discord, so I appreciate that and like that's why I wanted to support you. So just thanks, man.
Nice. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay,
All right,
well,
have a good one.
yeah, you too.